one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of guys make when they meet an attractive girl or a girl that they're interested in is to try and change who they are to please them and impress them. They will all of a sudden start changing the way that they dress, changing the way that they talk, changing the ways that they present themselves, not being fully honest about their interests and sort of aligning themselves more to the woman and molding themselves to the woman and her interests. And look, as a short-term dating strategy, this works. But if you're a guy who's looking for something a little bit deeper than a short-term relationship and you want something long-term that's going to serve you well, and you want a relationship with somebody special who maybe one day down the line things get serious and you get married and maybe have kids, then this is not the right way to go. It's not the right way to go, because look, what happens is a lot of guys will pretend to be somebody that they're not, and they underestimate how tough it is, or it's going to be, to put on the act of who they said they were when you're in a relationship with somebody and you see them every single day. It's exhausting. It's suffocating. And what you actually start to do is resent the woman. And it's not her fault that you told her you were Superman, when actually you were more like an unimpressive joker. It's not her fault, but because, you feel so bad about yourself because of the unrealistic standards that you set about who you are for her, you now suddenly blame her. It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense in the same time. This is why, guys, you need to avoid trying to change who you are for somebody else. Trying to change who you are for a woman just to impress her. It's one of the reasons. You're going to create problems for yourself down the line. You're going to create an unrealistic picture in her mind of who you are, and you're going to disappoint her at some point down the line, because you can only pretend for so long. You can only cover who you actually are and what you actually like and the things you actually believe in for so long, and it's just not worth it. Instead, guys, be honest. Be honest and upfront about who you are. There is going to be a girl out there who likes the real you, and I don't think it's worth just molding yourself to the person in front of you. Any girl gives you an opportunity to take her out on a date, you suddenly change who you are just so you can have a small shot of being with her. I don't think it's worth it. I think instead, you should be upfront and honest about who you are, what you believe in, the things you like, the things you don't like. If you've got some nerdy elements to your character, embrace it. Embrace it. Let her know. On a Saturday, I like to watch the WWE. If she turns around and says, "Ooh, gross," then okay, that's not the girl for you. And you've saved yourself some time. If you tell her that you like drawing comic books or something like that, she says, "Oh, that's too nerdy for me." You've saved yourself some time, and you've saved yourself some problems down the line. A lot of guys will say, "Oh, I like to draw comics," and the girl will go, "Gross," and he's like, "Oh, I'm only joking, I don't really, I just wanted to see what you said." And they actually do like to draw comics, and then they enter a relationship with that person, and they have to pretend that they're something that they're not, just because they didn't have the backbone to establish standards. And one of the most important standards that you can set when you're looking to enter relationships is that you are going to maintain who you are. You're going to lead with honesty and authenticity, instead of just molding yourself to whoever's in front of you. You're going to find that, there are people that you're not compatible with when you're being fully honest. But you're also going to find that girls are appreciative of your honesty. You go on a date with somebody and you might both decide to not see each other again, but deep down they'll appreciate that you were authentically you. And hopefully the same on the other hand, right? But ultimately, as I said, there is a woman out there waiting for someone like you to enter her life. She wants you, authentic you. She likes your nerdiness. She likes your wacky parts to your character. She has similar interests to you. She's also a person that takes herself seriously in regards to personal development and self-improvement. You've just not met her yet. Don't make the mistake of most guys where they just feel it's absolutely essential just to have a woman. It's unbearable to them that the idea that they wouldn't have a woman. Don't be that desperate for a relationship. Don't be that desperate for a bit of sex. I mean, really, guys, the standard is low for a lot of guys, and you can separate yourself by leading honestly, leading authentically, being authentically you. Yes, some people aren't going to find you their cup of tea, but they'll respect you more for being who you are than the guy who just likes whatever they like. You know, there are guys sat there watching iCarly 4 times a week because they didn't have the balls to tell their girlfriend that they think it's a piece of shit TV show. They're sat there watching Barbie, iCarly, Frozen, all of this stuff multiple times every week. They're pulling their hair out, they're stressed. You know, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Be authentically you. If you're meeting a girl, tell her about you. Tell her about the things you like, you don't like. You like the UFC, you like the boxing. Don't be afraid to be yourself, and don't be so desperate to have a girlfriend that you just mold yourself to them. Because in the long term, you're going to expose yourself. They're going to find out that, you know, you don't like the things that you said you like. You're both going to find out you're not compatible. And then you're going to be back to square one. Instead, be honest. Live authentically, lead authentically. And I'm not talking from the perspective of somebody who doesn't have experience on this. I've been on both sides of the fence when I was younger. Maybe making little compromises that I didn't need to make, but I thought would get me better results in dating, etc. And now I'm in a really happy relationship for coming on a couple of years, and authentically me. It's so much more freeing and relaxing knowing that you're not putting on a mask, knowing that you are just you and authentically you. Don't be like the guys who are just pulling their hair out every single week because they lied about so many things. They tried to make themselves too relatable. They tried to mold themselves to the life of their girlfriend, instead of presenting themselves honestly, saying, look, this is me. These are the things I like and don't like. Here are my beliefs. Are you interested? Be prepared for people to not be interested. But don't be prepared to cheapen your character and compromise on things that you believe in just for a bit of sex, just for a bit of company, just so that you're not on your own. You're better than that. You're miles better than that. So look, I hope that you took some value from this video, guys. I hope that maybe this points you in the right direction. Maybe there's a girl that you're speaking to right now and you've been making some of these mistakes. Maybe now's the time to be honest. Maybe now's the time to let her know the real you. And hey, maybe she's going to be interested. Maybe she appreciates the real you more than the pretend you that you've put forward. But anyway, look, hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel for more from me, comment your thoughts down below. Check out the links in the description. You can book a call with me, simply click the top link and book yourself a slot, and I will see you on the other side. As always, guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.